Good morning, I'm Steve Forbes and this is 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news. The world's central banks are facing rapidly deteriorating economic data. All eyes are now on the US Fed. Markets now expect a 25 basis point cut tomorrow. The expected decision will be bolstered by the fact that data out today shows American consumer spending and prices only rose modestly in June, pointing to slower economic growth and benign inflation. If they do cut, it will be for the first time in a decade. June home sales faltered in the US, unable to continue the small volume gains over the past few months, but consumer sentiment, as measured by the Conference Board survey, rebounded strongly. Meanwhile, the US president has lashed out at China as their trade talks resume. In Japan, industrial production dropped 3.6% in June, the biggest slide since January 2018, and more than double what was expected by analysts. In the EU, their latest business sentiment survey has come in weaker than expected and negative for the first time since 2013. While yesterday in Australia, building consent data from June came in very weak and weaker than expected. For June 2019, they came in a startling 29% lower than the same month in 2018. For the year to June, this reflected a 19% drop. In anyone's language, this is a painful decline, and it is data that caused the Aussie dollar to dip. Now there is talk of 100,000 job losses as a consequence of this, and very slow sales in the general housing market. The US 10-year Treasury yield is now at 2.07% and back up 2 basis points since this time yesterday. Their 2 to 10-year curve is now at 21 basis points and their negative 1 to 5-year curve is at 15 basis points. Gold is now at $1,430 an ounce, which is an $8 rise overnight, and US oil prices are firmer today. They are now at just over $58 a barrel, and the Brent benchmark is also firm at just over $65 a barrel. The Kiwi dollar starts today a little softer again, now at 66.1 US cents, and on the cross rates we're still firm at just on 96.2 Australian cents. Against the euro, we are lower at 59.3 euro cents, and that leaves the TWI5 still at 71.5. I'm Steve Forbes, and that was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.